Hola amigos, it's Kara again. I get to be here Friday too, so I thought we'd do something fun and I'd bring the computer outside and make a bug hotel. Now, a lot of you on the 5-year-old yard helped me last fall at school make a bug hotel. Do you remember? I had a wooden box and we found all sorts of things on the playground like sticks and leaves. There was something soft and furry, and we put it in the box. We put it under the pavilion so that the bugs would have a place to go, take a winter's rest, or get out of the cold weather. So you might think about making a bug hotel at your house too. They're actually really good for the garden. So if you have a garden, you could make one near your garden. Do you know why it's good to have bugs around? Because I can imagine some of you are thinking, I don't want more bugs in my house. Does anyone know why it's important to have some bugs around your house, especially your garden? You're right. They help pollinate the things in the garden. When something gets pollinated, then the vegetable will grow, or a flower will grow, or some fruit will grow. So actually, bugs account for 1/3 of all of the food on Earth that we got is because things got pollinated by bugs. Also, bats and birds, they help pollinate also. So, you can think about where you might want a bug hotel and talk to your adults. And then you're going to go on a little scavenger hunt to find some things you might want for your bug hotel. This might be pieces of bark. I found these long pine needles. I have really big ponderosa pines behind my house, and I found these underneath. Pine cones are really good. What else? Even some old grass and leaves will work. There might be some things that aren't from nature that you find. Maybe an old piece of hose. This is actually from a water line because we're doing some building here. But if your parents are repairing their hoses right now outside, you might have a couple pieces of an old hose that they would let you use. Bricks. You could make a bug hotel with just some bricks and some things inside those holes for those bugs to go in. I have this old pallet, and we're going to put some things inside of it and start setting up the bug hotel there. Maybe you want to start small. Perhaps you have an old little pot from a seedling. You can have your adult cut off the bottom, and you can put some things inside of it. Even taking a piece of paper bag and rolling it up to put inside of there. As long as it doesn't get wet and make it really soggy. I think mine are a little too long, so I'm gonna have to cut some of them. Let's see. Cut some pieces already, so let me get them ready. We wouldn't want it to get wet inside because then it would be soggy and the bugs probably wouldn't want to go in there. If you had a pencil to roll this up on, that would probably work the best. I'm going to use my fingers. It's going to take a lot of those. What about a toilet paper tube? Oh, that takes up some space too. A little long, I can cut it. I'm collecting my trash in a bucket here so I don't leave litter in my yard. Now I was learning that having something like this with a lot of small holes, like this paper bag I made, is really good for bees. Now, maybe a lot of you are thinking you don't want bees at your house. I know some people are allergic and you wouldn't want them near your house, but if you aren't allergic, bees are really, really good pollinators. It's important to have a place for them to feel safe so that they can come and pollinate your flowers and your fruit trees and all your vegetables too. I'll do a few more of these and then I'll set it aside or see if we can find a place in the palette for it. Now, are you starting to think of some things that you might be able to go on a scavenger hunt for your bug hotel? Are you starting to think, where could you put a bug hotel at your house? How many of you have a garden? Fun. I don't have a garden yet, but I sure hope I can get some things planted in some pots. My son thought he might make a planter box soon. All right, I'm filling it up. Now, what kinds of bugs have you seen around your house already? We've been seeing these little beetles. Now, we know they're beetles because they have kind of a round, hard back. They have 6 legs. They're all black. I guess those are some of our clues, but we aren't positive what kind of beetles or what kind of insect it is. But beetles really like bug hotels, and they're good at pollinating things too. What else? Have you heard of something called green lacewings? I think it looks just how it sounds. It's green, and its wings look like they're made from lace. All right, I'm getting there. I'm going to put a couple more in there. Now, some other bugs I was reading about in our area of Montana are leaf miners, white flies, mole crickets, and a lot of these bugs are really good at getting rid of the pests, the kinds of bugs that eat your garden. You don't want those kinds of bugs in there. You want the ones that are going to pollinate. So sometimes you need some of these other bugs to eat the pests. All right, what do you think? There's some big holes and some smaller ones. Can you see it? I think I'm going to put that to the side. But maybe this is all you want for your bug hotel. You could make something really simple like this and find a place to stash it, maybe near your garden. Now, here's another one, another old plant pot. And this one I filled with some pieces of bark and some old grass. And I thought it was okay if it came out the back. Since it's part of nature, it's not going to get too soggy like the paper bag would. So I'm going to put this aside too, but this might be something you could do at your house, really small and simple. I'm going to put on my gloves because it's starting to get a little messy. Now, perhaps you have a couple old bricks at your house. Let's look at those bricks. If you stacked a couple like this and put some things inside the holes, that would be a nice place for the bug to go. You could even stack a couple with some space in between if you were on the ground and put some things in between. I'm going to see how I can fit them here onto the palette. Now, I had this old palette and I already found the place where it's going to stay. I'm not going to move this around once I get it filled up. It might be a little unsafe to be moving this with bricks, so I'm going to leave it right there. And I see a perfect space down here for a pine cone. Can you see it? Maybe a couple. It fell down below. Let's see what I should do. I don't want to lose all my pine cones down there, so I'm going to put one brick to help hold the pine cones up. Now I think they'll stay. Perfecto. Now maybe another brick. Here. Now, I have some space here. What do you think I should put there, on that side and this side? More pine cones? Let's try it. These pine cones came from the ponderosa trees behind my house also. These were actually from the small ones, whereas the needles I have were from the really, really large ponderosas. Do you have any pine trees at your house? Time for more bricks. What do you think could fit there? Another pine cone? That's what I was thinking. More bricks? Okay. More pine cones? Now, I think some of you might have some chickens at your house too. Do you have any chickens at your house? I know my friend Clark has chickens. He's been talking to me about the eggs. Well, his mom has. And do you know what some things chickens like to eat? You got it, bugs. If you have more bugs at your house with the bug hotel, you're going to be feeding your chickens more too. Maybe these bricks we'll put up this way. One more pine cone? Okay. Maybe two. Those pine cones are pokey. I'm glad I put my gloves on. Now, I can already see a lot of nooks and crannies where the bugs could go. They could crawl inside those pine cones. There's some holes in the bricks. What do you think about these holes? Should we try to put something in them? Maybe just some old leaves or grass. The grass is really old these days in the springtime. Oh, that looks like a fun place for a bug to crawl into. They can get so small and crawl in there and get out of the rain. Because I know it's nice and sunny now, but we'll have some more rain, which will be good for those gardens growing. What do you think? Do you think that looks like a cozy place for a bug? Okay. Oh, let's see what else we should do. I have this section here. What do you think might go in there? I have these bark chips, old pieces of hose. I have these long needles. These look pretty fun. A few more pine cones. I might see how these work. Do you see this branch? It has some pine cones on there. It's so long too. Maybe this one will go a different way. I don't know how the bugs are gonna like it. I'm not so sure about these pine needles. What else should we try in there? The bark chips? Okay. I think I have some sticks too. That would be nice for bugs. I have kind of a hole here, so I gotta stack some bark chips in there. Now, I imagine that you could probably find some sticks in your yard. Now that we're outside more and the snow's melted, it's kind of the time where we start seeing a lot of dead sticks from the fall and the winter. When they're all together like that, there's some nice places for bugs to crawl in there. So I think I'm gonna fill this up with these bark chips. There's some leaves in here too. I think that'll be nice. I remember some of my friends like Fiona and Adele were helping with the bug hotel, and they were finding some nice soft leaves they thought would be great blankets, cozy places for those bugs to lay in the winter. Okay, a couple more handfuls, I think. Now maybe those pine needles will stay better if I go this way. All right, how's it looking so far? We have this top section up here. Let me move you up. Now remember, we did these things. Maybe you'll make a little bee house like this and hang it up in a tree somewhere. I think I might try to fit mine right up here. I think later I'm gonna add some more of those little small rolled up paper bags. I think I can put more in there, and the bees probably like it nice and tight. Here's this old plant pot with some grass and bark chips in it. I think I could put a little more, because remember the bugs like it when it's nice and tight and they feel cozy and secure and safe. I think I'd like to crawl in there if I was a bug. Okay, let's see what else. Those bricks worked really good. I wonder if at your house you have some bricks, or you could even use some rocks, or maybe you have lots of old plant pots you could put together, or an old bucket. I still have this fun piece of hose to put in here, but you're probably getting anxious to make your own bug hotel. So I'm gonna try to just do a little more, and I'll say goodbye so you can go on a scavenger hunt in your yard to find some things to make a bug hotel with. I do have a few more bricks. And a few more pine cones. Now maybe I can fit these in there. I could put them in some different places. Now, something to remember with your bug hotel, maybe down here. So once you get it set up, you have it in its place, then the important skill of observation comes into play. You want to just watch your bug hotel. You don't want to keep taking things out and putting them on. Do you know why that's important? You got it. That would scare the bugs. They're going to be scared if you're messing with the bug hotel. They're going to think it's not a safe place for them to be. So, once you get your bug hotel set up, you're going to leave it alone. But every day you can go and observe. Oh, there went my pine cones. Maybe you even want to make an observation journal, like your nature journal, and you can write about the things that you see in your bug hotel. Maybe if you notice your chickens over there, you'll know there's some bugs in your bug hotel. And if you sit near it and watch really quietly for a little bit, you might see some come in and out of your bug hotel. So let me know what yours looks like and what kind of bugs you saw. It'd be really fun to see some pictures of the different ones. I think that's all I'm going to do for now so that you can go on your own scavenger hunt to make your own bug hotel. Let me know how it goes. I miss you guys. Have fun.